Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we have our second kill team preview of the week. This one isn't the Ecclesiarchy team. This is the actual new changes that's coming to the game with Blood and Zeal. Part of this expansion was some element of special cards that change the game or give you new objectives, or something that wasn't quite a critical ops deck and seems to closely link in with these two teams more than anybody else, but I'm not really sure what it is, so hopefully this article is going to give us a good old preview at what's actually going on and how this is going to change the game for the wider teams and not just the new teams being added. So let's just run straight through this one, shall we? Kill Team Blood and Zeal, how the new expansion set changes the game. Kill Team Blood and Zeal will soon be Pollen's, and the workers and servitors of Volcus toil ceaselessly to prepare the great gun for its next barrage. Every colossal round is blessed thrice as the components are transported, assembled and loaded. A suitable target has been acquired. An asteroid infested by orcs. Oh, leave the poor orcs alone. Part of the remnants of the moon of Kobolth. The day of firing approaches. It's probably going to be 2 weeks on Saturday, isn't it? And the game of Kill Team is evolving. Here's Tom from the design studio to explain how. The more I see them, the more I like these goremongers. So, the Blood and Zeal mission pack and card decks. Kill Team Blood and Zeal is a forthcoming expansion of the... How many times are they going to say this in a preview article? Yes, we know it's coming soon. Very soon. It's Saturday, in fact. Alongside two new factions, the Sanctifiers and the Goremongers, it comes with an exclusive deck of 32 cards divided into Zeal and Blood categories, which make up part of the Blood and Zeal mission pack. It's amazing how that works. So one of the Zeal cards is plus APL for control. Use this Zeal card during a friendly operative's activation or counter activation, or at the end of the turning point. Select one objective marker friendly operatives contest until the start of the next turning point. When determining control of that marker, treat the total APL slot of stat, not slot. It's tough to read that small writing. Treat the APL stat of friendly operatives that contest it as one higher if at least one friendly operative contests that marker. You cannot use this card if friendly operatives do not contest an objective marker. And Blood is a critical attack. Use this Blood card when a friendly operative is shooting or fighting in the roll attack dice step. Retain one of your normal successes as a crit success. Instead, you cannot use this card if you have no normal successes. So it's not for these teams, it is just additional ways of boosting your teams, or maybe messing around with your opponent's teams. Okay, this is really interesting, I like this. Normally I think these cards would be released as a separate thing, but it's in the box, so who really knows? Anyway, the Zeal cards represent powers of protection, ability and guidance, with effects including healing, reducing the damage of attacks, and cheating death. The Blood cards represent aggression and bloodlust, with effects adding plus D3 damage to 1-inch movement including charge, and double fight and shoot actions. That all sounds very strong. Players can draw cards from either deck, both in each strategy phase, and whenever your opponent scores VPs. Play the cards when they specify, and in a moment of need, these divine powers can change the course of the game. At the end of the game, the player who played the most of each type of card also gains an additional VP. So this mission pack provides a completely new experience, and it can be played with any kill team. Good, I'm glad that they're stating that fairly early into the article. Perhaps one deck applies more thematically to certain teams than it does to others, but it makes for an intriguing new kill team experience. Okay, so how I understand that then, when your opponent, it's almost like an underdog mechanic, think AOS. So you can pick from any deck, and it's when an opponent scores VPs, or if each player gets one in each strategy phase. So they're going to be flowing quite a lot through the game. So are players going to need a deck each, or are they going to share a deck and you use the 132 card deck and you pick whichever one you want, or if you're going themey like I potentially would? This is interesting. I like this so far. So the Shrine Statue. So the Shrine Statue is an epic centerpiece for your Volcus kill zone and a focal point for the supernatural power. When playing the Blood and Zeal mission pack, your operatives can perform 2 new actions when controlling the statue. Praise, or Blaspheme, more Blaspheme, allows you to remove cards from your hand or discard pile to draw a new one. Hallow/Defile allows you to draw a new card into your hand. Controlling the statue therefore grants a player great advantage in the struggle for religious inspiration. Okay. That's going to be scenario specific, and I would argue that tournament-wise, you probably don't want this statue on every board, or any board, in all honesty. It sounds like a nice, themey way of buffing this mission pack, but outside of it, I think it sounds quite strong. But I like that it allows you to manipulate and play with this new way of playing. Obviously, the mission pack is going to build into that as well. That's quite cool. So when I originally saw the statue, I thought it's just one big bit of terrain. I'm not that bothered about it. It doesn't feel like it adds as much as the Brutal Cunning stuff did. But this actually affects how the game plays more, I think. Again, totally optional. You don't have to use this new deck. You don't have to use the statue. You don't have to use both or either. However you want to play, I'll be interested to see how the tournament side takes this way of playing on, but it feels much more narrative to me so far. Kill Team Mission Packs. Blood and Zeal is not where this ends. You'll find a new Kill Team Mission Pack in each battle box. Okay. So in Kill Team Brutal and Cunning, for instance, the Volkus Compounder Mission Pack was tied to the Compound Siege Killzone upgrade. So they're obviously going to make these available as and when the next bit of Kill Team comes out, the next expansion, but it allowed Kill Teams to face off in deadly attacker-defender scenarios, just adding extra ways of playing. So one side lays defenses and traps to hold their compound against assault, while the other launches a surprise raid on an enemy base. This Killzone upgrade is available for pre-order at the weekend, and rules will be made available for free shortly on the app. Good, they're confirming it's on the app as well, and the Kill Team downloads page. So every new mission pack will be thematic and exciting. So Brutal and Cunning was very thematic with narratively orcs attacking the Rattlings setting traps and defending. Again, this is Ecclesiarchy, so all hail the Golden Throne and blood, Goremongers. It fits. I like that you can sort of spin it out into other teams as well. It means that it's not very restrictive. It's very open to whoever wants to use it. I see this as them trying to change it up. Not quite seasons, but it's every expansion adds a little bit extra to how you play the game to keep it fresh and exciting. And considering this is a new edition, this is a new thing that they're doing, this is really good, and it's quite thematic, but it also keeps the game fresh every 3 months or whenever they do these expansions. It also means Kill Team players, you're gonna need to keep an eye on these expansions, because if they're fundamentally changing how the game plays in certain elements, you're probably gonna want to be an early adopter if you can, because we know that they don't like making enough stock of these. But hey ho, that's not our problem. So each new mission pack will be thematic and exciting, and you'll be able to play them with any team. That's again good that they're confirming that. They will provide completely new ways to play, including new components. This means plastic terrain, additional card decks, and even models from Warhammer 40,000 used in specific missions as unique MPO enemies. Okay, they are going to also be expanding out the solo play, or the PvE element. I like that. I love that they're focusing on that as well. That's such a cool addition to this version of Kill Team. We plan to expand on head-to-head, co-op, solo play too, so each new battle box will add further new ways to play. I love all of this. Great way of keeping the game fresh. Blood and Zeal goes up for pre-order on Saturday, and it's the only place you'll be able to get hold of the Blood and Zeal mission pack. That's worrying. Is it the only place you'll be able to get hold of the Blood and Zeal mission pack for now? Or are you looking at it very much like the narrative expansion they did with the Inquisitorial Kill Team and the Chaos Cults, where once the box sold out, everything just disappeared, like book-wise and mission-wise? A little concerned if you miss this box, but then with Brutal and Cunning, they are releasing it separately. And they clearly state that the rules will be coming for free, so does that mean down the line Blood and Zeal will get... But then where do you get the cards? Right, they've confused me with that last little bit, but as far as we know, the only way to get this stuff at the minute is by pre-ordering Blood and Zeal, and that's not really surprising knowing how Games Workshop love to build into that FOMO style of release boxes. But no, this sounds good. If it's easily accessible and everybody or the majority of the community can get hold of it, and that enables everybody in your playing area to play these type of games. This is good, it's positive, and it's new ways to play, which keeps the game fresh. I think they're learning, folks. I think they're learning how to keep a game exciting and change it without actually changing the core mechanics. This is Kill Team DLC coming in every expansion. Arguably, and I know that the expansions are, I think are they 87.50, 90 quid from Games Workshop, UK money. I know that's not cheap. Absolutely, I know that's not cheap. Myself and my hobby budget, I can justify it because I'm not buying every 40k release. I'm staying well away from 40k and I dip in and out of Sigmar. So outside of Halo, Kill Team is probably my main focus. And when there's a team in there that you want, and then you get the terrain, you get all the cards and things, also throwing into that a new way to play the game for the next, well, however long this edition lasts, but at least the next 3 months to keep it fresh, and still having those cards to dip in and out of in the future. I think that this mentality does add more value to these expansions. I'd argue if you don't care for the kill teams and you don't care for the terrain, there's absolutely no point in buying the expansion just for these extra card decks and extra mission packs, but each to their own. I love the idea. I think I like the execution. As long as this stuff comes out on its own at some point in the future, we'll be fine. But if it is restricted, moving forward, if this stuff is restricted in the expansions, that's going to create a fairly big split in the community. That isn't the community's fault, because these boxes are purposefully a one and done, and 75% of the time these boxes are 40k fodder, so it's not even the Kill Team players who can pick them up. That is going to have to be something that we look at and address down the line if that's true. I want to see how the first 12 months of releases goes. So they have another expansion, I think, before we need to panic, but it's tough. Initially I thought this was an incredible idea, but now I'm thinking about availability and how people are going to actually be able to interact with this as a game mode. And if that bottom line, only place you'll be able to get hold of the Blood and Zeal mission pack is by buying Blood and Zeal, if that is strictly true and it will never be released separately in 2-3 months down the line, when the kill teams will be released separately, that's going to cause a big problem. So it's a great idea, it might be a poor execution. We'll have to find out, we'll have to see how much they've learned. I think it's an exciting change, and I think it adds a little bit more to Kill Team games. I think having this idea, not necessarily what these cards do, and yes, they are, by the sounds of it, quite a strong bonus and potentially some big buffs to your kill team, but they also happen when your opponent scores VPs. So theoretically, both players will be getting them, one each per turn, and if both players are scoring VPs, you're going to be getting them as well. So that should keep the game flowing, and it adds an extra level to it. Certainly a level of strategy. That's all positive. It's the release side that I'm worried about now. But it's Games Workshop, so that's always a concern, isn't it? But let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.